All right. It's your girl Just Free coming at you with another video, another Kendra G video. Feel free to hit the like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to um those of you, Brandy, Cookie, Smart Cookie, just to name a few that are that been supporting me and leave comments. I really appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. Um, Let me see. There was somebody else. Somebody else. There's my buddy Lord Gaelic. Check out his channel. Um, Damn, it was somebody else. Is Smart Cookie? Uh, Brandy. Who else was it? Oh, my 2 cents. Shout out to you, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. So, okay. So let's get to the video, right? Fair use, fair use, fair use. I know Kendra thinks she gonna go around striking channels. Don't come for me, girls. Don't you come for me. This is a reaction video. I will be reacting. I do not make a coin off of your videos, my sister. I've been here a long time. Started out in the bushes, and then I started my channel about what? I don't know, about a year. Has it been a year or so ago, maybe? I don't know. So we been here, girl. We been here. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get into a real raw reaction of Beautiful Girl, Mama 3. Some people are mad at me for this conversation I had with her. All right, let's get into it.
I came into my room and I got in my bed.
I mean, that's fine, but you still have clothes on.
No, I got naked.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Someone said 500. Yes, there's more than 500 people trying to get us right now. Yes. I was like, what did I say? I keep saying 500, 500. I'm like, what did I say?
I don't know why it's changing colors.
Tayami have no clothes on.
I'm ready.
Melanie Orlando 25. What you do for a living?
I actually do timeshare.
Timeshare. You have any kids?
I have 3.
You have 3 children at 25?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
I have a 5-year-old. I have my son, he just turned 8, and my daughter's that's 9.
9. Are they all by the same guy?
No.
How many men?
Surprisingly, not even surprisingly, all 3, but I was in all like serious relationships. Not really seriously because I had them young, but
they all have different
dads.
And you couldn't settle down with none of your baby daddies?
Not by choice. The first one,
bring the phone
I had
down,
her.
baby. Okay.
Yeah, so my first one I had at 16, and her father was deported. And then...
Okay, so I'll give her 1 baby, I'll give her 2 babies. But by the 3rd baby, bitch, if you ain't got a ring and a certificate that says I do, it ain't getting done. Like, what the hell are we talking about here? Don't bring this whole I was young. Yeah, you had a kid at 16. What she say, 9, 8, and 5 or some shit? But, I mean, what the hell? Like, the math ain't mathing. Woman, and then you damn near practically lied talking about it was they was relationships, but not really. So what is it, girl? What we doing here?
But even then, I still try to like work it out with him. But I mean, we were really young, and
but Melanie, you gotta get focused on us, boo. You doing a lot.
I know. I'm sorry.
How you gonna come on a show in front of thousands of people and be all over the damn place?
All right.
Is this better?
Yeah. Okay. So now, what were you saying
Just sit
to
your
me?
ass still.
I had my first at 16, and he was deported.
Is the phone moving? Is the phone laid down?
No, I have it sitting down, but
you're like
I don't
shaking.
have like a... I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so
What's the
nervous.
problem?
I'm sorry.
Just set the
I'm so
phone
nervous.
down and
You
sit
ready now?
down.
I'm ready. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Is this good though?
Okay, yeah, stay right there because it's steady.
Okay.
All right. So the first baby daddy got.
Oh my
Sorry, someone
God.
said to wipe the screen.
Okay. The first child's father got deported. What about the second one?
The second one, it's just odd. Like we planned my son at a young age. Um, it's so funny because honestly, like
After having one at 16, and now you saying you planned the second one at a young age. Girl, what is going on here? Like the what you call it? The daddy issues is strong. What the hell?
I was with him for like 3 years. We had our son, on and off for a long time. Just like when it came down to taking care of actual like responsibilities and taking care of things, it was just always me. So like I have to have like now like when I was younger, I settled for a lot of things that I wouldn't settle for now.
You plan baby number two, but you talking about you paid for a lot of things. So did he have a job, a career? Like what? Ooh, child. I mean, I know it sounds super judgmental, but after I had my first one at 17, right? I was April, May, June, 3 months shy of my 18th birthday, right? So been there, done that, okay? But it's like after that, after the ruckus it caused and the way my dad showed out, bitch, and my mother, I was like, oh hell no, I ain't having no more kids. I mean, when I tell you I got on birth control before I left that damn hospital and was on it for years, years. And like somebody said in the comment section that I'm gonna read, I didn't have a oopsie, a doopsie, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no scares. Well, technically I had a scare, but I was not pregnant. I was on birth control and I was having I was having symptoms, but I was not pregnant. But that's another story for another day. So yeah, I mean, aside from that, shit, bitch, I never got pregnant until I wanted to get pregnant. How about that?
But at the time, it was like, okay, well, he would lose the job, not be able to maintain a job, whatever the case. So
And this who you plan to have a baby with? Am I hearing this right? Child, I guess so.
I was patient throughout the years with that situation, but he eventually came to an end. I don't really want to talk bad about him, but at the end of the day, like I'm a single parent for my two oldest kids.
So why was it also the 5-year-old? So the 5-year-old child's father, y'all could have worked things out.
No, he was different in a sense because we were a little bit older. I had my 5-year-old when I was 20. So he was different in that sense, in the fact of like he was a really good provider, and he gave my children a father. But yeah, no, he was crazy too.
Okay, so let's continue real quick. This is Melanie.
Child, first of all, don't sit up here diagnosing somebody talking about they crazy. You ain't got no room to talk about nobody. Hang on, y'all, 1 second. Like, what the hell?
Orlando, 25, works in timeshare. What is your birthday or zodiac sign?
I'm a Sagittarius, 12/12.
Sagittarius. So Melanie, what kind of? Oh, so you've never been married, correct?
Never been married, no.
Okay. Do you want to get married one day?
Yeah.
And who the hell is her mother? Let alone not having a daddy, apparently. I mean, bitch. My daughter knew not to play with me. Don't you bring no babies home. And I mean that. You better take your ass on down and get your birth control and keep it pushing. And she's 25 and single as a dollar bill. Um. So yeah, like we don't play the. I wasn't playing that game. Like I was a stricter mom than some of the older moms I know. Like they didn't want me to come chaperone because they knew I was not. You know what I'm saying? I be on shit because these kids was ooh child.
Yeah.
So let's get into that question right now. So if a guy watching and he would say, "Why didn't you think about marriage before you had your 3 kids?" What would you say to that?
I was thinking about marriage when I
Ah ah
had
ah
my
ah 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 ah! Cut the shit. Shut up. Shut up right now. And I mean it. Girl, you was thinking about marriage my ass. Did you even get engaged? I mean, half you heifers, at least you say you was engaged. And then we don't know what to believe with that. Because, like Kevin Samuel said, did a nigga get down in public on one knee in front of everybody? Now that's an engagement. Now I know it don't always happen like that, but I'm just saying.
kids. I was in all serious relationships when I had my kids, but I mean, like, how serious could you be at such a young age? But for me, it was, I had my first with my first love. Try to work that out. He was deported. He's been incarcerated for the last 6 years or so, and I recently just found that out. So it's just weird to even talk about it because honestly, like I said, like I've been raising my kids since small, and it's like it doesn't. They're well taken care of. So it's like talking about them is just weird. I haven't seen him since I was 16, so it's just different in that sense. But
So the new guy that comes into your life, what role would you want him to play in your children's lives?
the same role that I play, but not as far as like providing, but in the sense of what I see as a healthy home, because getting out of my last relationship was really hard because I wanted it to work, especially because it was like a
Girl, no. You got a lot of damn requirements for somebody that come along with 3 children. Okay? And I'm not saying they ain't a blessing and they wasn't meant to be here, but bitch, I'll be goddamn. Now, if the nigga already got kids and he wanna get involved with you, fine, whatever, child. But, um, you know, it's a lot to consider when you out here dating. Like, first of all, you can't trust everybody. She already had bad judgment. Look at the last 3. I mean, hell, I've had bad judgment too. I mean, take away the first one. That was I was a teenager. Give me that one. And then my stepfather, I ain't talking bad about him, but whatever. But, like, girl, you don't need to be picking no man. You need somebody to pick him out for you. You need a arranged situation, sister. Because this ain't working. And I don't approve. How about that? Ooh, child, this is stressing me out. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm old now, and I'm much more. I'm much more aware nowadays. I can't take it. Like, you got 3 kids, and you bring a man into your life. You better do a thorough background check. Um, and know who child. All right, let's go.
third person that I gave that chance to. So I definitely really wanted it to work, and I stayed in that relationship for a while trying to make it work. But eventually I had to let that go, and it wasn't something that was
I can't
really
wait to
easy
read the
for me.
comments.
to do, but I prayed for it. I got out of it, and now I'm able to have a healthy home for my kids. And our home is full of joy and laughter, and I prayed for that. And so anything that comes
Oh,
into it, it
really?
has to be adding on to that. And if it's not, I'm going to notice and I'm going to recognize it now because I've already been down that other side.
Okay. And another question from a guy's perspective. So, is there any baby daddy drama? Like, will he have to deal with drama with any of the kids' fathers when it comes to dating with you and being around your kids?
No, like I said, it's literally just my kids and I. So and it's so sad to talk about, because honestly, like I don't think about those things on a day-to-day basis. Like as far like, of course, like me like bringing someone around them, I think about my kids is not more of like another man. Like how is this man gonna feel? Because I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this person is coming in and he's coming into a team. It's just me and my kids. So the role that he would have to play is just a role that a proper man would be playing. So, I work, I take care of my own. You work, you take care of your own, and you have an honest lifestyle for yourself, and I have an honest
Wait,
lifestyle for
whoa, whoa,
myself
whoa,
as well.
whoa,
All right.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean you work, you take care of your own, I work, I take care of my own? No, if the nigga move in to your house or y'all move in together, whatever, them kids is his kids. I don't understand this whole how y'all, women talk about, oh, he ain't got to worry about the kids. Oh, the kids is over here. He don't have to do this or that for the kids. So when he go grocery shopping, bitch, and bring home his favorite bag of chips, and they all gone before the end of the week because your crumb snatchers is rummaging, is helping themselves. I mean, what the hell? What I mean, so you can't just say or act like this man is gonna come into the situation and not have any responsibility. Like, I mean, seriously. She already said the oldest two, from what I gather, the oldest two fathers obviously is not around, the one in prison and the other one. So the only one that's involved is the youngest one. So technically he is child. Child. I'll read
All
this
right. So let's
comment.
keep going. So, what kind of man do you want, Melanie?
She
Someone
don't
that's like
know.
me, and I know that's kind of hard to explain, but
Someone
I'm
like
very
her.
honest, very patient, um, God fearing. So he would have to be God fearing. If not, then have like some type of um, someone that you go to for guidance when you can't find it within yourself. Someone.
Okay, so you downplay the religious part. Somebody God fearing or somebody you go to. I mean, hell, I know people who think, they worship a piece of paper or the moon. But I guess she okay with that. I don't know.
That's honest with himself, someone that has, like learned and done research on themselves, someone that isn't looking for help because
What? Learned and done research on themselves. How the hell you do that? I mean, unless you go to therapy, you cannot that's like saying a doctor telling a doctor to operate on himself or herself. You can't do surgery on yourself. If you want to say that somebody's mentally unstable and that they or have some type of baggage, they need to go to therapy for that. I don't know what this psychobabble you talking about, girl, but you need to cut it.
believe it or not, a lot of people are looking for help. And yeah, I'm not
What
for
do you
that
mean?
because once
What do
they
you mean?
see
As it looking for help?
literally just that, like sometimes when they see like, oh, okay, so she's a single mom, she doesn't have any guys, like she
No,
doesn't have
you need help.
any baby daddy drama, she cooks, she cleans, let me go ahead and just unload there, or you know what I mean, like no, I want someone that wants the same kind of things that I want.
Okay. Okay. What's some deal breakers for you?
Liars, cheaters, um someone that doesn't have any kind of like goals or morals or things like that. I don't want to have to be on that person to like, are you gonna go to work today? Are you looking for a job?
Child, no, she didn't talk about morals.
Or like, what are your goals? What do you see yourself? I need someone that's, you're busy doing your own thing, and I'm over here busy doing my own thing, and then we make the time together, and we have our things separately, and then it comes together. But
Okay. So this is Melanie, Orlando, Florida. You want the guy to be in Orlando?
I prefer Orlando.
Okay. Could he have kids?
Yeah, preferably with kids.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
No.
So you don't want any more kids?
No.
So if he should already have kids because you don't want any more kids. What's the age range?
I would prefer that he has kids and that he doesn't want any more kids.
So you want him to have kids and kind of not be whoever he had kids with, but join your family and then be that type of father.
No, like he could have kids like how I have kids.
Right.
But as far as like wanting more kids, I don't want any more kids.
Right. Okay, I got you. What's the question I just asked you? Oh, does he have to be in Orlando?
Orlando's perfect, yeah.
What's the age range?
30 to 35.
30 to 35. Does he have to look a certain way?
Speaking of the devil, let me put on some pants. But no, he doesn't have to look a certain way, but I would prefer for him to be fit, kind of fit. I like a belly. He could have a little belly. I like food, and I'm kind of like a thicker girl, so I don't really like skinny guys. Like, it's really bad because if I see a really skinny guy, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I need to cook for him or something. But I prefer a thicker guy.
You prefer a thicker guy?
Soft. Yeah.
Okay. So does he have to make a certain amount of money? You're putting your pants on right now.
Yes. He doesn't have to have a certain no, but like I said, like he has to be working towards something. As long as he could provide for himself and he has like his own stuff going for himself, then that's fine.
Okay. You dressed now, Melanie?
I think so.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Melanie, all right, you don't gotta answer this question, but I'm gonna ask. When was the last time no, the first question is, when was your last relationship?
With my 5-year-old's father.
Okay. So you don't gotta answer this question, but I'm gonna ask, when was the last time you was intimate with someone?
A few months ago.
Whoa.
Say what?
A few months ago.
A few months ago. Okay. Melanie, give us Kendra Cam. That's when we see your full body. Now, I believe you got clothes on.
And she talking about
morals
morals and God and going to church.
I have clothes.
Girl, boo.
Let me see how I could do this.
Oh, you're definitely a cute girl. We could tell from your face. Oh, you got a nice body. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop,
That's
whoop.
one thing she don't need to be showing off.
Put the tag out. Okay. Melanie, why do you think you're single?
That's a good question. And I'm gonna take accountability for that one. I think I entertain people that I shouldn't be. And it's hard too because sometimes like you ask the hard questions, but a lot of the times people are just lying because they like the outside of it. And sometimes a lot of men, I can't say a lot because I haven't dealt with a lot of people, but I feel like majority of it, like they like the outside of it. But when it comes to like actually like doing the work and putting in the effort for things, they fold, and it's so tough like to then like, okay, I need to like, what am I doing? But like I said, it's just securing like the peace that I've built and just trying to acknowledge as soon as I see like a red flag, like, okay, no, this is not it. Or like, oh my God, it takes a lot of time to like try to build a whole nother relationship sometimes for me, especially because I work a lot too. But
So she work a lot and got 3 kids. When is she gonna have time for the man?
I think I'm single just because I don't have the same effort coming on the other side a lot of the times.
So you're not me and the type of guys that you would want to stay around with. Well, be in a relationship with.
Yeah, and I feel like And it could be a me thing, but like as soon as I see like something that I don't like let's say like you're like, yeah, I like to do this, I like to work, I like to do this, but then, you know, you're not doing the things that you're saying that you like to do, and then it's like, oh well, maybe if I could do this. I don't want to teach anyone that I'm with.
Right.
So
So let me just say this, and this is on my heart, and I know some of them are gonna get mad at me when I say some of the things that men have said.
No,
Again, I never
say it.
pretend to be a relationship expert, a therapist, none of that shit. I'm not. But what I am is a woman that has been hosting a show consistently for 2.5 years. So when you do that, you start to hear from a lot of men and the things that they like and require. So I stand by this. I believe every woman that has ever come on my show, you can have a man. You're a beautiful girl. You ain't gonna have no problem getting a man. That's not the
right,
question. The question is
that's not the question.
the type of man you want. So like
Exactly.
the theory is simple. The man that wants you, you don't want, and now we're trying to figure out the man that you want if he wants you. Like that's just
Not necessarily. For me, it's more what I deserve, because I know sometimes what I want is not what I need.
Ho,
So I
ho,
mean, I
ho,
think
ho.
I'm attracted to like,
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What she deserve, girl, girl, you got 3 kids. Like 3 different men. Never married, no long to what you deserve, girl. I tell you what you deserve, all right. You deserve a nigga working at McDonald's. If I'm gonna be 1,000%, girl.
you have what you're attracted to, but that's so stupid because looks will fade. So when it comes down to it, what I need is something that can never die, something that can like will be authentic for however many years. And I'm older now, so it's like my kids are getting older. I'm growing with my kids. It's a beautiful time in our lives, but it's also really um it's still fresh, it's still new. I still have kids under, that aren't teenagers yet. So it's like I need something that's going to add on to it.
You know, I might come across to some people, like Kendra said, is somebody that's super judgmental, but seriously, honestly, and truly, at the end of the day, you know, um, the choices that we make, the decisions that we make, and the consequences that we have to, you know, uh, deal with, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about our past. I mean, of course, the people close to us, and people can empathize from a distance, but people have to live their daily lives and take care of themselves and their family. So when I say nobody cares, that's what I mean. Um, and I said that to say I'm not trying to down this girl because Lord knows nobody's perfect. That kind of goes without saying. I was a teenage mom. I have another child out of wedlock. My kids are 13 years apart. Um, I just, and to be honest, like, it's just, child. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, could she luck up and get somebody that's a good dude that's willing to put a ring on it? Yeah, sure. She could luck up. Um, child, I don't know.
no, I agree with that. I agree with that. And you use the word deserve. So let me just say some of the things that you said. So, let's just talk about the real situation. Any man, quality guy. Let's talk about, because like I said, you said there's men that have been coming into your life, but in some way or form, they need you, right? They need a place to stay. They ain't trying to work. Oh, these are the things that you told me. So I get that. And you don't want that guy. Now, let's say the guy comes that's well put together, doesn't need you in that accord, right?
Right.
You have three children by three different men he has to accept and being open to raising. And you also said that, well, I mean, if you get married, you want to get married one day, right?
Raising, okay, that's a
But do you want to get married one day?
yes, 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 yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes. But like
any guy that's gonna marry you, but okay, you see how you pause though? This is a good moment because men think about that. Like, okay, you have children. Am I gonna get pushed back in disciplining your kids, raising your kids? Like I have, and then there's three different men that he may have to associate with. Like you gotta see it from the
no,
quality guy's
because
perspective.
right, I understand what you're saying, but in the sense of like I said, my kids, my daughter's never even met her dad. My youngest one, she's never met him, never seen him before. My youngest one hasn't seen his dad. My middle son, I'm sorry, hasn't seen his dad since he was 1. So there's no father there. So it's just solely us. And my
Hold
kids,
up. I could have swore she said the oldest two fathers was out the picture, and that the youngest one father was around. I could have sworn that girl said that. I could be wrong, child.
take a lot of pride in the way that I raise my children. I see a lot of different, and a lot of people say this, right? But then you go out and you see how their kids are acting, whatever the case. I take a lot of pride in the way how I raise my kids. So
That
I
don't
don't
have
need
nothing to
anyone to
do.
come in and say, put the flag down and say I'm the
That don't have nothing to do with what Kendra talking about. That ain't what Kendra talking about.
man in charge. Like it shouldn't be like anyone getting into a role per se.
So
It's
what would
more
happen
so
if you get a husband? Because that's what he's gonna want to do.
what is he gonna what?
Your
What are you gonna
husband's
do?
gonna
What?
want to be in charge of the family. So how are you gonna do that?
It's a team.
But I mean, just say, I mean, I understand what you're saying. These are things to think about because as soon as I said a man disciplining your kids, and I get it because you're a mom. Even when I say it, you get so it
Ooh.
makes you cringe, and as it should because you're a mother. But for a
Wait a minute. What the fuck do she think a man gonna come in and let these kids run all over? Now, granted, you know, if she just want to say, well, he could discipline him, but he not gonna whoop him. Bitch, what the fuck you think they gonna come in here and just not say nothing to the kids? If one of them little jokers get out of hand and start popping shit, and then you want to intervene and talk about no, don't talk to my child that way. Who the fuck you think want to sign up for that bullshit? Seriously. And I'm glad that I'm old enough to understand that now, cause she don't have a clue. She don't have a motherfucking clue. You think a man gonna come into your life and just sit back and not have no say over your kids when he's supposed to be playing the stepdaddy and he's contributing to the household? No, ma'am. The fuck out of here.
guy, that might be a pushback to him because it's like he already knows coming into your world, there's going to be some friction when it comes to that. And I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying understand a quality guy. This is a guy that doesn't need you. Now, if a guy that needs you needs a place to stay, needs bills, needs work, he ain't going to say shit because he needs you, right? So he
Right.
ain't going to
Fair. Yeah,
explain.
yeah, absolutely.
Right, but the
Right.
guy,
No,
but
you're
hold on, baby, real
absolutely right.
quick. I'm gonna
I
let you
just
talk.
no,
But
you're
but the
absolutely
guy
right. But
that
you know what?
doesn't
I
hold
never
on real quick.
right,
I'm gonna let you respond. But the guy that doesn't need you, as in your money, anything, these are the things he's thinking about. Like, I don't need her
right,
money. I'm coming in. She's gonna give me pushback with her children. Like that
right.
could be, and that might be why you're not attracting that type of guy.
And you know what? To be fair, I think the reason why I cringe is because I've never had that. So the thought of having it is just like, what is that? Like, is that even something? But I mean, if it was to happen naturally and it's something like, then I mean, maybe down the years, I'll be like, yeah, of course he could discipline. But for right now, the thought of that is just like, oh, we got levels to get. That's like all the way, like, we're talking about marriage and stuff. Like, yeah, it's going to work out there. But the thought of it is like, I mean, I know it's there, but the thought alone is just kind of like, whoa.
I understand. I understand. You're a mom. So I get it. You're protective. What I just try to do is give the things that men say. And I think at the end
Yeah,
of the day, you want a man, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's what we're going to talk about. Last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
because I'm honest. I'm goal oriented. Um, yeah, I cook, I clean, I mind my business, I stay to myself. Um,
Did I miss what she do for a living?
I'm smart. A lot of people out here are just kind of dumb. Not dumb, I don't mean like that, but I mean in the sense of like, yes, I had my kids at a young age, but I went back to school, I went to college, graduated with my medical, um, billing and coding. I did a lot of stuff, throughout my times. So I'm really proud of myself. So yeah,
Okay. Well, let's
I'm
do.
excited for the rest of everything of
Well,
my
I
life.
hope
So
so. Shit,
Say
you
it
can go
again.
to school for free after you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Shit, they beg you to go to school
I'm excited for the rest
so
of
you can
my
get
life. I
out
would
the
like to
damn
have someone to
system.
share that with, but yeah.
Listen, you're a beautiful girl, and I'm wishing you the best. And I'm happy you were able to engage. Let me say this. And I sometimes when I talk to women, it's tough because all I want to do is just kind of talk from the guy's perspective, and I think I get so much pushback. And I'm even seeing women in the comments saying, "Stop being so hard on her." It's not about being hard on you. It's about
No,
basically, like I said at the beginning, you and I.
First of all, being hard on her. Kendra is fucking 40 years old. This girl is 25. If we don't tell y'all heifers what's going on out here, because obviously your mammy and your pappy ain't told you shit. Or if they did, you didn't listen. So somebody got to tell your ass something. Anyway, let me read these comments because this is, I don't even know what to say. Child. Okay, so Wait Gotta Go says, when I look at this made me think of several things. People felt bad for her because she sounded like Penny off a good time. Oh, that made me laugh. We had 37 minutes. This might go on for 45 minutes, y'all. Us older women need to do more to prevent our younger sisters from digging themselves into a deep hole like this at such a young age. Yeah, because after the first one, who the hell? Hell. I don't think I would have had more kids either way. I shouldn't have had the first one. But I'm just saying, like, had it not been for my parents being so irate and, the things that that transpired after they found out, like my dad didn't talk to me, my mom, she hung up the phone on me, she didn't talk to me. So it was just bad. It was just bad all around. So after going through that, I was like, damn, I really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I was never, because I had a girlfriend who actually had a bunch of kids by the time she had 4 kids by the time she was 21. She had her first one at 12. So I know those girls, right? Even in high school. Um, a girl was pregnant with twins at 15. My cousin had a baby at 16. I had one at 17. So it wasn't like it was uh shit out of the ordinary necessarily, unfortunately, in the hood. But after that first one, I was like, oh hell no, I ain't doing this shit again. Um, so yeah, I don't know. So number 3, we need to teach our young ladies that a long term relationship is not the same as marriage. Ciao. Kendra is right. Most people are not seeking a single parent with multiple kids by different people. The best thing that you could do is stay on birth control until you're married because it's much harder to get that ring once you're walking around with a bunch of kids from a bunch of men. Girl, like I said, as soon as my daughter came out, I was like, oh, I need that. I need that. And I never thought about having another kid after that for years. Evidently, since my kids 13 years apart, saying that the fathers are not a factor because they're not in the picture is just as bad as having baby daddy drama. Those kids may potentially have abandonment issues that the new person would have to be willing to work through. It's so many layers to that. While she's sitting up there talking about everything is just peachy keen and the household is this, that, and the other. I mean that could be true, but at some point or another, when those kids become teenagers, is probably more than likely when that shit is really gonna start to hit the fan. So everything is peachy keen now because they all under 12. But shit, once they start hitting puberty, and they may or may not act out. Who knows? I don't know. Um, every kid is different, and she a young mom too, so who knows, child? I don't. I had a teenager girl. It wasn't as bad as I don't know. It wasn't as bad, I guess people would assume. Being a single mom with a teenage daughter, you would think. I guess whatever people think, but my son actually getting on my nerves more than my daughter. But anyway, um, Foreigner says I'm 25 and I can't imagine having 3 kids by this age. Yeah, like I said, I had a girlfriend who was 21 and had 4 because she had a set of twins. Um, and she had both parents in the home, and her parents were ministers. Alan Harding, Kendra is definitely right. I dated a girl who had 2 kids. She allowed her kids to run around while eating, dropping food and eating food dropped on the floor instead of sitting down and eating their food. Allowed her 4-year-old sleep in the bed with her while I was there, babied her kids, and I knew deep down after that it would never work. She also expected a man to be a man, but would not allow him to direct her kids. Well, damn, he can't even direct the kids. What the hell? Let alone fuss at him or and I'm not for corporal punishment unless, absolutely necessary in very few cases. Um Most of the time you just talk to the kid or send them to the room or whatever. Or take something away. I don't know if that's working too much nowadays, but uh it's a lot of other things you could do before you even consider putting hands on them. And I put hands on both my kids, but that was like a last resort, child. Anyway, Kay Miller says she was so young becoming a mother. It sounds like she was trying to make adult decisions without the maturity it takes to make sure those decisions were healthy for her. It sounds like she learned how to discern better in some ways, but is still on that journey. Child, she three kids too late, if you ask me. Um, this person said this is where parents and community come into play. Well, apparently she didn't have parents, because I sure would like to know who the parents are. And Kevin says, I don't know if she learned anything. Her youngest was 2. No, her youngest is 5. No, her youngest is 5. She was naive and went from relationship to relationship. Well, I think she said 9, 8, and 5. She was naive and went from relationship to relationship with absolutely no rest period. It's unfortunate, and she's on here looking for men. She says she's done because she goes off of looks. At least she said it. Darrell Lee says, as a girl dad, my heart hurts for her life, for the life decisions this young lady has made. I talk to my girls often about not falling for the foolery and protecting their womb. Most quality guys won't want this situation. OMG, she is a baby with 3 kids. She doesn't need a boyfriend. She needs a mentor, role model, mother figure. Shit, a mother figure, a father figure, a Jesus figure. I mean, I just my theory was, and obviously everybody don't think like this, because if they did, everybody have kids 15 years apart, like me. But well, 13 years. But my theory you know, was just that I mean, it was bad enough I had one, right? So after that one, I was just like, bitch, I'm not about to ain't no nigga about to leave me with baby number two, three, four, five. And I got to, I already got to struggle with this one. Even though I had my family, which was a blessing. After I had moved from my dad and went to go stay with my mom, you know, they helped me tremendously. So, because once she got here, it was like they hearts just, you know how it is, and hearts just melt, child. You can't once the baby come, it's over. Everybody that's upset is just be like, you forget any and everything that ever happened. So anyway, Matthew said, well damn, said Kendra, the more real, straight and direct you are, the more I appreciate your show. And I mean I'm on here ranting and raving, so thank God I I had the host. I was the host, I wouldn't have no show. And it's not because I'm trying to be so judgmental, but it's just like, damn, girl, what you um Earth Angel says the women in the comments saying you were too hard on her are the ones that's raising women like her, period. And that's on per. Exactly. Like, how you gonna get mad at Kendra for, I mean, shit. Like I said, she was at least, um, what's the word? She was at least classy about the shit. I mean, it ain't no reason to go off on her. I'm not saying I would have went off or nothing, but I got questions. And more than anything, and more than anything, I think I come from a place of what kind of man do you expect to come into your life? Because, like Kendra said, you can get a man, but a quality man is going to, you know, um, demand or command some type of responsibility if he's gonna, you know, support a household full of kids that ain't his. I mean, more than anything, that's where I'm coming from. Shit, the kids already here. She done made them choices. Child, good luck with the rest. Good luck. Um, her demeanor and voice got some of y'all in chokehold. Y'all giving her sympathy that y'all wouldn't give the next lady with the same circumstances. Yeah, I mean, I guess them women that's feeling away, but child, you ain't fooling me with that voice. I'm married. I've married and raised another man's children, and for me, it wasn't a good decision. I put my best effort forward, gave them opportunity, provided home, opportunity, education, and all the things I did equally for my own children. Their grandmother reminded them every chance she could that I wasn't their real father. Their mother said nothing. They became rebellious and had to go along with my wife, who started acting out with them. She had never allowed me to actually discipline her boys, and it showed. I'm not saying my story is true for all, but when a person says they don't want your input on what happens in a home you're supporting, that's a big red flag. I agree because, and I got a couple more, just a couple more. And again, I've said this time and again, and I'll probably tell this story, make a little series about, you know, my mother husband raised me from a baby and how I met my biological father at 16. Um, my mother husband, like I said, raised me from a baby, and I didn't know he wasn't my biological father. So, you know, um, but he came to the relationship with a child as well. He was 32, my mother was 22. Um, and obviously, apparently, they made some kind of agreement that they just weren't going to, you know, that they weren't going to allow my biological father to be a part, whatever. Long story. But, child, child. I said, why did I even bring that up? Oh, I said that to say it goes back to because my mother, like I said, as far as I knew, he was my biological dad. So he had all the discipline. He was the disciplinarian anyway. Um, so I didn't know no different. You know what I'm saying? And my mother never intervened, never out of line. Of course we run to her and, you know, mommy, whatever. But, it wasn't never, well, that ain't your kid and that dumb shit. No. So it's shit like that you gotta ask, well, who the you got kids that's ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? Who you ain't my daddy. Who the fuck want to be bothered with that shit? And not my son. And I know one thing. And shit, I dated a guy when I had a baby. When my daughter was 2, and he ain't had no kids. But then he cheated, or he had a girlfriend that was in the army. She came home, whatever. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But so I say that men have to be careful dating single moms. Shit, as a single mom myself who dated all throughout my daughter's, whatever she, you have to be careful. Anyway, um, Aisha George says, by definition, I'm a single baby mother to one. Honestly, I honestly can't comprehend how all these women don't learn from the first one. I haven't been pregnant since the birth of my son. Not a scare, not a late period, nothing. I can't imagine going through what I've been through with my son and his father again. Yes, my value has decreased, but being an unwed mother, but men are more willing to possibly take a chance with one child than 2, 3, and 4. And see, now I'm back down. I mean, I'm past the wall now at 43 and everything like that, but I still plan on dating and hopefully eventually getting married. But shit, now I'm back down to one kid. Because I got a grown daughter. So technically, I only have one child. Um, Donnie Vichy says, woo, a lot to unpack here. Pretty sure she is. Though that will only get you so far in life. How she was in this video is how I imagine her navigating life. Sweet yet scattered. Wishing her the best in this life because I hear the dating pool is savage. Child. Listen, and I'm no, I don't know. So for me, it wasn't the picking. For me, it was the fear of marriage. I could pick a good dude, an established dude that had everything that he was supposed to have. I just ran. I just ran from that shit. I was like, oh, I'm scared. Miss W says she's not ready for marriage. She has a lot of maturing to do. You can find multiple women in the church like this. My pastor was discussing his daughter and was saying he hopes she finds a good man. Yes, she has 4 kids from 4 different men. She has multiple tattoos. Almost Also, the most recent baby daddy just got locked up for having a legal gun. That's how I knew my pastor was full of it. Uh-oh, I gotta charge. Charge! Should I finish listening to Kendra? It said, your closing statement on this video is everything. I love the way Kendra breaks down the double standard and hypocrisy of these women. People feel so bad for her because of her childlike demeanor, but her vitals literally screams bird mentality. It appears that she's on a journey of improving her mindset, and she has a long way to go. She can get a beta male at best. She wants a marriage, but cringes at the thought of a man coming in and taking charge. Ooh, child, you can't make this shit up. The quality man doesn't want pushback from you and your kids. That isn't his. Y'all better preach. Y'all better preach. Focus on the internal work and raising those babies for now. Deserve might not be the right word. You get what you earn. She's the perfect for the Brady Bunch type setup. I'm sure there are some single fathers who could blend with her. Good luck, baby girl. All right. We're gonna wrap it on up, child. Wrap it on up.
Not gonna have a problem getting a man. You're beautiful.
Yes,
You got a
they're all
body.
over.
I don't think you would
They're all
ever.
over.
There's not a woman that's been on the show
What? Child, she ain't I hope this ain't her being humble. She's talking about yes, yes, they're all over. Yeah, they just wanna fuck too. How about that?
that cannot get a man. So let's stay clear on that. That's not what I'm saying. I think every woman can have a man. It's the type of guy you want. That's just all that it's
Yeah.
about. The type of
Anybody
guy
can
that you
have a
want.
man. Everybody can have a man. It's just I want to have something that I'm proud in. Just like when I look at my kids and I see, oh, I'm so proud of them. I want to look at my person and say, wow, I'm so proud of you. I want to see a picture of us and be like, wow, I'm so proud of us. I don't want to just have somebody. There's too many people outside. There's too many of them.
Right. Well, let's do it. They're outside. You don't want to be outside no more. Melanie, give them your Facebook page. Give them your
My
Facebook
Facebook,
page.
my Facebook is Melanie MELONIE and Memem MEMEM. Yeah,
And
that's it.
and there you have it. All right, baby girl. Keep me.
I still she still don't get it though. She still do not get it. She think it's just all about her and these kids and how lovely they are and well behaved and she's so this and that and she deserves and oh it's just so lovely. My kids say this and that.
Keep me posted to how it goes.
I will.
Bye,
All
sweetheart.
right. Good night, Kendra.
Oh
Bye.
shoot, I didn't even know it was what time it was. We gotta go to Instagram. But before we go to Instagram, I do want to say this, ladies, you're gonna have to get tougher skin because some of you women just and this is why I don't baby y'all because y'all be in the comments bold as fuck on my page at times saying all the shit that y'all don't like, what you don't like when a man's on the show. And at the end of the day, do you want a man or do you want another woman? Like if you want to become a lesbian, do your thing, girlfriend, because a lot of times y'all only agree with each other. Y'all are not listening to what these men who y'all say y'all want. Because here's the deal, like I said, the guy that wants you, you don't want him. But the guy that you want apparently doesn't want you. But the
Hello.
guy that you want, you're not even trying to hear.
And you know what's so crazy? Because I had that same I was like that for a while. I'm like, yo, why is it that the person I like don't like me and the person that like me, I don't like them? But it's because I didn't do the work to dig into myself to, or to go to therapy rather. Because I can't work on myself. I have to do the work and go to therapy. And now, a lot of these videos actually In all honesty, a lot of the Kevin Samuels videos like opened my eyes to just a whole new world or concept of how selfish I am and was, you know. Um, so yeah.
Some of the things he does not like. All you do is want to argue, push back, and say, oh, this and that. I say, if that's the case, either become a lesbian or settle down with the guy that wants to be with you. And I don't know what he got going on. He ain't got no job. I don't know. That's the guy I want to be with you, then be with him and be happy, go motherfucking lucky in your life. Or if you want something different at some point in time, you're going to have to start listening to these guys. And this has nothing to do with me. Take Kendra G out the equation. I ain't got a penis, girl. I don't want you. All right? You don't want me.
And again, that's the thing. Like, I never considered nobody else but myself for the most part, you know. And I've dated some really decent dudes, some really good guys. Um, but did I care about what they wanted? No, not really. So here I am.
Start talking to the type of man that you say you want and figure out. It's really that simple. That's all I do all day. Y'all tell me what y'all want, and I talk to these men. And then I come back and tell you, well, this is what this type of guy said. And then y'all get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what the guy you say you want said he want. What the hell? With that being said, child, it's time to go to Instagram. And that's what it is. Someone says it's time to move on. Kills, it's time to move on when I say it's time to move on. Now, you can always move on
I know that's right. Kendra. Kendra,
out
we
the
get their
live
ass
with me, right?
together.
But we gonna move on when Kendra G say move on. And if you don't like what Kendra G saying, guess what your ass can do? Lead a live at any given moment. But with that being said, we're not going to Instagram. Shit.
Yo, I love her. Don't be striking my channel either, girl. All right, y'all. It's been an hour. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know who's gonna watch this video, child, for an hour. But feel free to get in the comments section.